Dear students, let's begin with the topic of tenses today. In order to make a meaningful and proper sentence in English, you should know very well about the tenses. Tenses play a crucial role in the English language. It denotes the time an action takes place, whether sometime in the past, in the present, or will take some time in the future. So we have three basic tenses in English like present tense, past tense, and future tense. We are classifying these tenses in the basis of four aspects like simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. By classifying the tenses on the basis of four aspects, we get 12 types of tenses in English like simple present tense, simple past tense, simple future tense, present continuous tense, which is also known as present progressive tense, past continuous tense, future continuous tense, present perfect tense, past perfect tense, future perfect tense, present perfect continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense, and future perfect continuous tense. Now, let's begin with simple present tense. The structure of simple present tense is subject plus V1 form of your verb. Your V1 form of your verb means for if your subject is going to be he, she, it, you should use V1 plus yes form. If your subject is going to be I, we, you, they, you should use only V1 form. So where do we use simple present tense? We use it in the cases of habits and routines, facts, and proverbs. So whenever you're going to represent your habitual actions and routines, like for example, I drink coffee every morning. He plays cricket regularly. So these two actions are happening regularly and every morning. So you use simple present tense here. In the first case, your subject is I. So your verb form should be just V1, that is drink. And in your second case, your subject is he. As I said earlier, for he, she, it, you should use subject plus V1 plus yes form. So you are using V1 plus yes form, that is play plus yes gives place here. The second case, for universal facts or universal truth also you should go with simple present tense. For example, the sun rises in the east. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. These two cases are universal facts or truth which you can never change, so you should use simple present tense here. The third case is proverbs. All proverbs only occur with simple present tense. For example, the pen is mightier than the sword. Practice makes perfect. Prevention is better than cure. So these are all the places where you should use simple present tense, and we have some keywords to identify simple present tense. For example, always, often, regularly, usually, generally, never, sometimes, every day. These are the keywords of simple present tense. The next type of tense is simple past tense. The structure of simple past tense is V2 form of the verb. It denotes past action. That is, whenever you are going to represent some action that has got completed already, you have to use simple past tense. For example, we went to Mumbai last week. The V1 form of the verb here is go. So the V2 form of go is went. So we went to Mumbai last week. She cooked fried rice yesterday. V2 form here is cooked and V1 form here is cook. You played the match last month. The V2 form of the verb here, that is the past form here is played and V1 form is play. So whenever you're getting words like keywords like last week, yesterday, last month, once, ago, all these things represent the action that has got completed in the past. So you have to use simple past tense in that case. The next type of tense is simple future tense. The structure of simple future tense is will or shall plus V1 form of the verb. You use shall in the place of I and we, and you use will in the place of he, she, it, they. So based on your subject, will and shall gets interchanged. The simple future tense is a verb tense that expresses actions or states in the future. The future tense is used to state some action that is going to happen or will or shall happen later on. For example, I shall do my homework in future. So this is the future tense. You are using the format of shall plus V1 form of the verb. You are using shall because your subject is I here. As I said earlier, if your subject is going to be I and be, you have to use shall plus V1 form of the verb. The next example is he will bring the book tomorrow. Your subject is he here, so you have to use will plus V1 form of the verb. Next sentence is she will go to school early in future. Your subject is she here, so you are using will plus V1 form of the verb. So whenever your sentence is indicating a future action, you can go with simple future tense. The keywords for simple future tense are tomorrow, next week, in future, soon, shortly. Hope you all are clear with the basic concept of tenses now. Thank you for listening. Dear students, we began with the topic tenses in your last class. We have already covered 3 basic tenses in English, and now in this video let us see about the continuous tense. Continuous tense is also known as progressive tense. So we have 3 continuous tenses in English like present continuous tense, past continuous tense and future continuous tense. Let us begin with the structure of present continuous tense now. The structure of present continuous tense is am or is or are plus verb plus ing. So based on your subject, the be form verb or the structure of the tense differs. For example, if your subject is going to be I, your structure will be am plus verb plus ing. If your subject is he or she or it, your structure will be is plus verb plus ing. If your subject is we or you or they, your structure will be are plus verb plus ing. For example, let us take the verb listen. How will you convert listen for all these subjects in your present continuous tense? If your subject is I, your sentence will be I am listening now. He is listening now. She is listening now. It is listening now. We are listening now. You are listening now. They are listening now. So based on your subject, your structure of the tense get differed. Where do you use present continuous tense? We use present continuous tense in 2 cases. The first one is whenever you're going to represent some action that is happening at that moment. For example, John is drinking coffee right now. So John is a boy. He is drinking coffee at that moment. The action of drinking coffee is happening at that moment. So you use present continuous tense is drinking. The same way, they are playing tennis at present. The dog is jumping here and there now. The second case we are going to use present continuous tense is actions in near future. That is, the actions happening in future and they are planned correctly. For example, we are going for a picnic tomorrow. Peter is flying to London tomorrow. So these are happening in future. Though they are happening in future, they are some planned actions. So we use future tense there. The keywords for future tense are now, at present, at the moment, while. The next tense we are going to see now is past continuous tense. The structure of past continuous tense is subject plus was or were plus verb plus ing. When your subject is I or he or she or it, you have to use was plus verb plus ing. If your subject is going to be you or we or they, you have to use were plus verb plus ing. When your sentence consists of some unfinished or ongoing action in the past which is followed by some finished action, you use past continuous tense in that case. For example, I was having dinner with my family when the doorbell rang. So you have 2 incidents happening here, that is the ringing of the doorbell and having dinner. So having dinner started in the past and it was happening, and by the time the incident happened is ringing of the doorbell. So the finished action here is ringing of the doorbell and the unfinished action or the progressive action is having dinner. So we use past continuous for the incident having dinner. The next sentence is, he was fighting with the boy when the teacher came in. The power went out while the children were studying. Keywords for past continuous tense are then, when, and while. The next tense we are going to see here is future continuous tense. The structure of future continuous tense is subject plus will or shall plus be plus verb plus ing. So based on your subject, you have to decide whether you're going to use will or shall. If your subject is going to be I or we, you should use shall plus be plus verb plus ing. And if your subject is going to be he, she, it, they and you have to use will plus be plus verb plus ing. So where do we use future continuous tense? We use future continuous tense in the place of some actions that are ongoing actions in the future. The actions that are starting to take part in the future and going to progress in the future, we use future continuous tense. For example, they will be playing cricket tomorrow this time. From this sentence, you come to know they are going to start to play cricket tomorrow and it is going to progress for a particular time tomorrow in the same time. So we are using future continuous tense in that case. He will be reading novel next Sunday this time. So how can you identify future continuous tense easily is by using the keywords like tomorrow this time, next month this time, next year this time. Hope you all are clear with the concept of progressive tenses or continuous tenses from this video. Thank you for listening.